Gary and Sharon, it's April 21st, and I was just going to give you a quick demo with the Zeus on what we've been working on. The first thing that I wanted to show you is how we have been working on the side passes, and this is actually John Lyon's strategy where you basically you apply pressure to the side and facial pressure at the same time to get them to start moving over. So I'll just show you that real quick because he does do a lot better job if you introduce him to that at the beginning of when you ride him for actually riding him and doing the side passes. So I'll just show you what I've been doing. It's just a little tap on the side. And I want him to in conclusion, turn and face me just like this, so his back hip actually does move all the way over. And I'll do it one more time on each side so you can see. Another thing that I've been working on quite a bit with him is obviously the desensitizing. As you know, he's had a hard time with, just basically touching, working around like these more odd places. Like usually you wouldn't be touching him around the belly and stuff like that, or in the flank. Usually people just want to, pet their horse, but we've been desensitizing him everywhere, and as much as possible. This has been definitely like more of a day-to-day thing. We'll start out with various drills similar to this, whether it's with a tarp, with bags, things of that nature. The lariat, it just makes that clapping sound, which is really, really good for helping him with that desensitization process. Do everything equal on both sides, so that way he's even. You can still see that he wants to lean into it a little bit, but he gets over it. He's very intellectual. You can always tell that he's thinking, and he basically is very leery, or rather leery to start off with, and then in conclusion he's like, oh, okay, as you can see. Everything's okay. I don't need to get all excited. I just wanted to show you how gentle he's become. I know before I was emphasizing that he likes to maintain contact with the bit, but like when it comes to just a nice easy ride, I have been riding him bareback here and there, and hopping on bareback, using the halter and lead rope, as you can see, and it's just a rope halter and lead rope. And I've worked with him a couple times this way, where we're using the more natural methods. You can see he's standing still really, really well, and that's what I've been after. Just that standing still, nice and calm. You guys said that you're going to do 95% trail rides, so he's definitely going to be ready for all that fun stuff for you. And usually we'll just sit here for about 3 minutes or so, just to separate that time between when we go and when we first get on. So it's not like you're getting on that horse and telling him, okay, let's go right away. And then it eventually trains them to like take a step forward when you I just want to show what I've been doing for the side passes. In the barrel racing circuit, they do a lot of leaning to help get that horse to get the proper curve to their body, because then the horse is trying to move underneath the rider to center their gravity. So say I want to move to the right, I'm going to lean to the right a little bit, but then I'm just going to give them a little bit of calf pressure. Just like that. And then the same goes, I just lean a little to the left. And now I'm just going to tack them up. I like my horses to be able to stand still and not move all over the place when you're working with them, when you're tacking them up, trail riding even. Oh. So this kind of emphasizes that training that has been done. Another thing that I've been doing with him is the saddle. I've had horses where they will actually freak out if you fall off of them, or say you don't have your cinch on all the way. You don't want your horse to overreact. So, or the cinch tightened down all the way is what I mean. And we don't want the horse to freak out just because you fall off. We want these animals to be as accident-proof as possible, where they're not going to escalate the situation. So quite literally what I will do is just drop the saddle off of them. And my expectations is obviously not to move. If they quiver a little bit, they get a little edgy, that's not bad. But we just don't want them to move their feet, because say you do fall off or an accident does happen, we don't want you to pay the price for it any more than you already have. Then when I'm initially doing training, I'll go all the way back, I'll just continue inching my way back. And as you can see, he's definitely done this before, but I'll just go on his rump to basically get that range demonstrated. And this is hitting him over by his ankles and on his legs and stuff as it's coming down, so just him standing still is absolutely superb for this.
Or not, you're just gonna follow him right through. You want to go funny.
It is. You can see here we're just going down the road and he gets to this plodding state where I can just loosen up the reins and he's completely relaxed. You can see I don't even have a hold of it right now to see how loose it is. And this is just the gait that he walks at. And then we got the dogs way over there and they're constantly going in and out of the ditches, and there's another one up there ahead. This is just a quiet little town road. So it's always nice to go on. Here we are on an actual trail ride, and you can see he's a little more excited, but I'm not having to like maintain contact constantly. Every once in a while he'll pick up the pace a little bit, and then I'll just apply a little contact on that bit, but he's doing absolutely superb. You can see on the right we have a whole bunch of pine trees, and like they just keep hitting me and brushing up against my leg. And initially in training, when anything would touch me, branches or whatnot, he would have a little bit of an episode just because of the noise that it would make. And so this is just outstanding for him. There you see a dog just went flying by. And the response, we got another one over there. And that's just normal. It's just chaos all the time when I take these horses for rides, because that way we're preparing them for the worst case scenario. As you can see, he's constantly looking around and just like extremely motivated. Here I have to pull him back a little bit again. Wanted to pick up the pace. Just very motivated, very excited to go out on a trail ride. Loves looking around and seeing what's out there and new in the world. I'll kind of give you a look at where we are. Oh, there we just had a whole bunch of ducks fly. I don't know if you guys can see that. And here we got some water we got to go through. He's definitely not a fan, but he's tolerating it. He'd rather scoot right through it and get it over with. Here we got a pond. I like to keep my horses pretty diverse. Looks like a kid had a toy out here. There you go, buddy. And he's getting a drink. Just not drop the camera. Mm-hmm. Come on. Good boy. Oh. Here we are going through the woods. And you can see there's a big body of water. Well, river type deal. And he gets a little excited in here. He wants to move out. You can still see that there's some give in that rein. We're not maintaining constant pressure. I try to loosen up as much as he lets me. Oh, there, we just kicked up the turkey. That was really good for the video. You can see the response rate was very, very minimal. He was fantastic. Definitely noticed it, not terrified. And Oakley chased it. And this man in particular that lets us ride on his property, he's a little bit of a collector. So he's got stuff, lots of stuff everywhere. You can see we got a mailbox randomly, bricks, and equipment up ahead. But you can see Zeus is he's just a happy boy all the way through. And we can make loops around this stuff and he's just totally content. So awkward things and trails, you know, I'm not going to guarantee that he's not going to respond to it, but we're doing pretty much what we can to minimize any reaction to randomly located things. You can see we got tires and all sorts of fun stuff that he's just going right through, going right next to. And you can see he doesn't have that in the arena pumped up energy. He's really actually very relaxed on these trails. I'm looking at everything, which is wonderful. So yeah, you can see it's a little bit of a menagerie. And I do let my horses look around. I like them to be observant, to see things and feel comfortable. And this is Zeus on the way back. I just went about a mile and a half, 2 miles. You can see it's relatively relaxed. I'm not even holding on to it. The reins are holding on to him tight.